Yo, what's poppin', Jake Paulers? So I just uploaded part two to pet peeves, and here I am again, being consistent and everything. I just thought that I should continue to post, especially because of my 2 week hiatus and stuff like that, and especially about this episode. I really wanted to post to give me a reason to rant about all my, tragic bullying experiences. So yeah, grab your snacks and your water. I hope you have some water, and I hope you enjoy. So yeah, we're just gonna jump straight into it. Now, for my first story, I was kind of bullied by a quiet kid. I'm not playing, no joke. Someone who was literally new to the school and everything. Like he was like brand new. He just got to the school. And I'm not saying I was bullied the same day. I'm just saying like, over time. But like I never knew something like this was going to happen. But yeah, let me get into that. Let's name him Keyshawn, for example. He was dead silent the first time I met him, so like he never spoke at all. So, I kind of just introduced him to my group of friends. Invited him over to sit with us at the lunch table and stuff like that. And I'm gonna be honest. At the time, I was being like walked on. I was being like stepped all over by people and stuff like that. So I don't know. I just let people walk all over me. So I guess he caught note of that. And like over time, it really started to build up. For him getting more comfortable with like, oh, this is how I'm gonna treat him since everyone else does it, like one of those situations. It was weird at first how fast bro got too comfortable with joking around like that. Like I knew him for a year or some shit like that. But fast forward a month or so, maybe later, and I had the same math class as him. I think it was math, something like that. And every morning he would walk in and he'd hit me on the back of the head and run to his seat. At first I took it as a game or whatever. The first two times he did it, and then obviously something like that could get annoying way too fast when he just keeps smacking you on the back of the head. And that's what he kept doing, like every time for probably about like a week or so. I got tired of it, and it kept getting annoying to the point where I would just get up and chase him to his seat, and I would hit him back. Of course I would get in trouble. Nothing would be said to him, well, sometimes, because I'm the teacher sees me chasing him. That was my biggest thing back in middle school, where uh like if someone does something to me and I do it back, the teacher only sees me doing it. So if someone hits me and I hit them back, that's all they saw was me hit them and not them hit me. That was my biggest thing. It wasn't anything else dealing with that, dealing with the problem other than them just being just completely stupid about the whole situation. Like, oh, I saw you hit this person. Oh, da da da. I just kept my mouth shut sometimes. But that's why I am the way I am now with certain situations. So fast forward about a couple days later, um he's just getting way too annoying at this point. Like, obviously he's still doing the head smacking thing, and I'm still chasing him to his seat, telling him to chill the F out, like stop, and he's not cooperating at all. He's not doing what he's supposed to do. I mean, at this point, don't sit with us at the table, at the lunch table anymore, bro. Fuck it. I'm gonna act like Regina George, bro. Don't sit with us. But yeah, like he's just being way too obnoxious. And I'm like, I thought he was gonna be chill. He wasn't, he was barely speaking a month ago. So, I don't know. Until one day, fast forward a couple days later, and this is like his, I think, third month. I don't know. It was kind of, the timeline is kind of confusing. But he's been here for a little while now. He's been there for a little while. So one day I asked to go to the bathroom, and I don't know. I guess he like all right, let me put it this way. I walk into the bathroom. I use the bathroom. I'm currently using the bathroom. Boom, he walks in. He walks in and I look behind me and I'm like, "Oh, it's you." And he says, "Yeah." And then he does that little stupid ass smile thing he does. When he like cracks, he looks like Pennywise when he smiles. So when he did that, he walked up behind me and just kicked me for no reason. For no reason. I didn't do anything to him. He kicked me with a smile on his face. And then I'm on the urinal, so obviously I like fell and like hit the metal part thing, kinda. Like my head hit the metal thing. So I'm like, all right, that's enough. That's enough. So I'm like, wait till I'm finished. Wait till I'm and I didn't tell him this, but I'm like in my head thinking, yo, wait till I'm finished. So then I obviously finish up. I washed my hands because I'm not nasty, and then I walked over to him. He tries to kick me because and it wasn't like a regular kick, it was like a karate kick. Like people told me that he took karate and shit like that, but I'm like, I don't care. I really don't care. Um so yeah, he tries to karate kick me and stuff like that. I caught his leg. This was the quickest fight ever. I caught his leg. He tried to kick me again. I dodged that and he tried to hit me. I dodged that too. I didn't want to swing on him unless he swung on me, but he's kicking me. So that gives me obviously a reason to swing, right? No, I didn't want to. So then he tries to kick me again, but this time his kick went like almost to my face. So I caught his leg again and then I twisted it. I twisted his leg and then like he fell to the ground. The pissy, wet, yellowish, nasty floor. And I'm laughing. I'm laughing at this point cuz I knew that they didn't, like mop the floors. So that's 9 times out of 10 actual puddles of piss on the floor. So I'm laughing at this point and he's laying in the floor. I mean, I'm glad his uniform was yellow because I mean, like our uniforms were all yellow because obviously that was like the uniform for like the grade level, certain grade level, and I'm sitting there laughing at him like ha 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 ha. You better be glad your uniform is yellow. I'm like, you better be glad your uniform is yellow because that's gonna show for sure it is. And then I think I kicked him while he was down and then like walked out. I wanted him like pause. Like I walked out, but then I like wanted him to like get up so he can try something. That's why I walked out. I'm not gonna run out the bathroom after I kicked your ass. No, I walked out purposely just to see if he was gonna like get up and try to hit me or something. So I walked out the bathroom, and then I went back to class. That was the whole situation. But I guess the day before, like the next day, I think it was the next day. Yeah, it was the next day. My counselor called me down to the main to the her office, and he was there. once I got there. So I jumped at him. I walked into the little room and then I jumped at him when I saw him. And then he gave me this like confused look on his face, right? So I'm sitting there like, why you act like that every time, me jumping at you is how you act towards me. So what is the difference? Like, I don't know. So then, yeah, I sat down and then they obviously talked about the situation. I don't know who snitched. He probably snitched because he got his ass kicked. Um, what am I saying? Obviously he snitched because he was in there. Um, so yeah, they sat us both down. We talked about the situation. It was my dean in the room, or it was the dean in the room, and my counselor. So as we're talking about the situation, I'm sitting there. I'm laid back. I'm laid back because I know everything that happened in the situation from start to finish. So if I mean, like, yep, let me know if you need any answers to my questions. Like that's how I am. That's the energy I'm giving the whole time. And the energy Keyshawn's giving is just, "Ooh, I didn't, what, when did it, I never went to the bathroom. I never went to the, and I'm like, yes, you did, bro. You went to the, you think I'm making this up? I'm saying this with the biggest smile on my face. I'm like, you think I'm making this up, Keyshawn? Really, bro? Is that what you think? He's like, no, bro, I never, I did not go to the bathroom that day. And so the dean calls the security guard, like one of the security guards in the room, and she's like, yo, check the cameras for blah blah on this day at this time. And I'm laid back, I'm smiling, I'm I even turned away at one point just to laugh. Cause I already knew. I already knew. I'm like, yep, you're gonna see me walk. I pretty much narrated the entire video that they were gonna watch on them security cameras. I'm like, you're gonna see me walk in, you're gonna see him walk in, and then you're gonna see me walk out when after he walks in. About a couple minutes later. And yeah, I guess like that I don't know. He's sitting there shaking like he knew he was in trouble and I knew he was in trouble, so that's why I'm laughing. And yeah, that was the whole situation. He got in trouble. Fast forward, I don't think he got suspended, but he definitely did get in trouble. Also by his mom. His mom made him apologize to me, and I was like, I'll think about if I should accept that apology or not. Next time, don't try to be like other people. And yeah, that was that whole situation. I felt like that should have been the first one. I Wait, what am I saying? That was the first one because I mean it gets crazier, but that was the first one because that was like the shortest and that was like by far the least craziest story that I have. I mean, now do you see why I always, act the way I act when people tend to step all over me or disrespect me in a way because of situations like that and the ones that I am going to continue to tell in a few minutes. Anyways, um what other stories do I have? Oh, this next one is a little bit more it's a little bit more I guess on the stupider side, despite the first story that I told. This one is a little more stupider. So this takes place in I think the same grade. I think I was in 7th grade and we were in the gym. I think this was the last bell of the day. And I think it was the beginning of class. And like we're just chilling on the bleachers. We're all chilling on the bleachers. I guess three random ass students are just up playing basketball for no reason, just shooting around and stuff like that. And this guy beside me, he was recently new, like he just came to the school, and like I guess he's already made himself at home. Like, he's a weirdo. He has a laugh like a dolphin that is choking on something. Like literally, I don't know how else to explain how he laughs, but it's the funniest thing I've ever heard. Anyways, he's sitting beside me on the bleachers, and I guess he's paying attention to, Thomas and the other people shooting the ball. His name is one of the people who were shooting, his name was Thomas. And like as he's paying attention, I'm staring at the ceiling, zoning off, staring at my hands, at the bleachers, at anything, bro. I'm just, I'm zoning out, You know how that is. Anyways, so as I'm doing that, I guess all I hear is a you know how the ball bounces off of the backboard and onto the hoop but doesn't make it in. That's what I heard. But I'm not paying too much attention because I don't care, and plus I'm zoning out. And all I hear is a out the side, like on the left of me. And like that's obviously the dude laughing. He's like and I'm like, that snapped me out of my zone just to like see what he was laughing at, but I really don't care. And then I'm just zoning back in. I'm just relaxing. A few minutes later, I think about 4 minutes pass by, maybe five, and then Thomas walks over, and like he's pressing the dude sitting beside me, like, "Yo, what were you laughing at? Blah blah blah. You was laughing at me. I didn't even miss the shot. Blah blah blah." Da da da. He's like, I don't care at this point what is being said, because it's not, it has no concern with me. Like it has nothing to do with me. I don't care. And plus I didn't even hear half the shit that was being said. But all I heard was, no, it wasn't even me. It was him. And then I'm like, whoa, it was who? I don't even know what he was talking about. I just wanted to make sure that I wasn't who he was talking about, which I was. And Thomas looks at me and he's like, "Yeah, what were you laughing at? And then I should whip that, blah, blah, blah." Like he's talking shit just because somebody laughed at him for missing a shot, which is kind of stupid in my opinion. Little backstory on Thomas. Who cares? But if you want to listen, keep listening. Thomas is the type to, I guess, I guess he cares too much about his like ego and like how many people he fought and like how tough he is, who he hangs around that are also quote unquote tough. That's the type of person he is, and he gets mad about a lot of things quickly. And obviously, he's a troublemaker, so he's one of them. Not one of he's one of them shitty folks. Anyways, so yeah, I'm zoning in, and I'm like, wait, you thought that was me? And he's like, yeah, you said blah blah blah. He told me it was you. And I'm like, bro. And then I start laughing. I start laughing. And I'm pretty sure he could hear the difference between and my laugh, because I don't laugh like a fucking dolphin. But hey, I mean, I laugh, and like he gets mad because I'm laughing, which I can see. No, 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 no. I didn't laugh. Because like I said, I did not care about the situation and the situation of him approaching me And the guy beside, I should have punched both of them because first of all, he lied on my name, saying it was me, and Thomas walking up to me thinking he's pressing me just because he missed a fucking basketball shot. I don't care, bro. I don't care. So I'm laughing, and then I'm wearing my hood, but like I'm wearing my jacket. Wait, how do I put this? I'm wearing the hood of my jacket. I'm not wearing the whole jacket, just the hood. So like he snatches my jacket off and throws it on the ground, and I'm still laughing. But like I, I didn't even get phased by that. I could have done something, like I could have punched him in his face or whatever. But nah, none of that would have been necessary. I'm just laughing because I knew he wasn't gonna do nothing. I mean, he could have because, like I said, he's a hothead who likes to, who cares too much about his ego and how many people he fought and who he can fight and stuff like that. Who he hangs around. It's corny in my opinion. Like, I never liked him as a person. Sorry to say, I just did not. But yeah, like I just laughed at him and picked up my jacket. Like, what was he gonna do? I didn't want to have to hurt nobody in the start of gym class, even though I don't know, man. I just don't like people like that, so I just laughed it off. Quick side rant because I want to talk about this. So recently I was talking with my cousin on like, bullying situations in general and like what I do when somebody's bullying me. He tells me what he does. And he's like, "Oh, I just walk away because, yeah, I don't really have the patience, the time, the whatever, the blah, blah, blah." I'm like, "Good, that's good." But when I tell him what I do the exact same thing. I walk away. I don't care. I laugh it off. I do whatever except, physically. Like do anything, like fighting and stuff like that. But when I tell him, those parts of what I do, he's trying to say that, like, he gets the idea that I start the fights and like that I initiate a lot of things because I said that I would, like 100% beat the shit out of somebody if they were to mess with me. So he gets the idea that I'm the bully, basically. And I'm like, no, 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 no. You got it all wrong. You got it misunderstood. Because if only he knew what the fuck I go through or went through, then you would get it, Then he would get it. This is coming from the person that got pushed into a locker and my nose was bleeding, my face was bruised, um, my tooth was like loose and everything. Like somebody random just forcefully pushed me into the locker and all I did was sit there. This is coming from somebody who got punched in the face 5 times, got bullied by more people than I can count on my fingers at once. But I'm the bad guy, Like that that whole it wasn't even a debate anymore. It was an argument because like you don't know what the freak I went through, bro. So stop, you know? And he's like, at one point he told me that he's like, you can't beat anybody, and I'm like, I never said I could. I legit never said I could. I'm just not gonna back down and be a I don't like that word, but a B word about it. I'm not gonna back down and be a B word about anything. If you come at me sideways, then let's go. Actually, no, I'm not gonna entertain most of the problems. Like if someone were to walk up to me and be like, "Hey, I don't like you," I'm like, "Okay, no, don't I don't care, I don't care," and then I'm gonna just move on. But when it comes to situations where like I get disrespected, hence the story of, what I just told you about Keyshawn being the type of person that won't mess with anybody, but he saw how I was already getting picked on. So he took that and just ran with it and just continued what everyone else was doing. So you know, and that's happened. That's happened multiple times. So I can't be the one to be like, "Oh, this happened once, so I'm gonna just keep doing it." No, that happened multiple times. So yeah, like I do what I have to do. So if someone disrespects me, then I have to correct them right then and there. Like I want to like this Friday, this person, I guess like after we had like a school thing, I don't want to say it because I'll maybe talk about it later. But we had this school thing, and like after it was over, a lot of people just started rushing back to class. And like I'm like, "Oh, how was your experience?" After I made a little joke or whatever. And he's like, "Shut the fuck up." And not too long ago before lunch, he was being loud talking with his friend. Um he was being loud talking with his friend, and my teacher told him to tone it down, like be quiet while she's talking, because side conversations. And he would be loud about it, like they're not quiet conversations at all. And so this girl, she stepped up and was like, "Yo, she told you to be quiet and you still over there talking, like shut up, like blah blah blah." And then my teacher's like, "Yo, don't use shut up, don't use shut up." And then he's like, and then the dude's like, "I'm still talking." So he has a mouth on him. He has a mouth on him. Pause. But I'm like, it wouldn't be me though he's talking to. Little did I know it was. Not in the situation though. Like he was like I say, later on he told me to shut the fuck up just because I made a joke and asked him about his experience on the situation. Cause he had a little attitude at the moment. And I'm like, I know he is not talking to me. I know he is not talking to me in that. And in the moment I felt disrespected. Of course, don't ever tell me to shut the fuck up when I'm trying to talk to your stupid ass. And hey, I don't like confrontation at all. So, I kept my mouth shut, but my teacher handled the situation before I could. And I'm gonna be honest, I would have. As much as I don't like confrontation, I do not like being disrespected as much. So I did what I did in the situation. Absolutely nothing. Before before I could, my teacher jumped in and she was like, "Hey, don't ever don't say that, calm down. It is not that serious. Trust me, I know that, like she just basically saved him in the situation because I could have said far worse than what would have what I did say, which was nothing. I could have said a lot of, whatever. In situations like that, I would like, in situations like that, you usually risk a lot of things, getting suspended, um, getting in trouble, obviously, for other reasons, like, oh, my teacher would have got me in trouble, which I don't think she would have, but she would have, like, calmed me down in a stern way in the situation, if that makes any sense. But like, I don't know. Just let me know if I was in the wrong for saying what I said, which was, I don't even know what I said. It wasn't nothing offensive. I just made a joke that was, like, it was a harmless joke. about the situation, and then I said, "How was your experience?" You know, did that at all prompt him to say, "Shut the fuck up"? No. Now, if I was the one to say "shut the fuck up," then I would be in the wrong, right? I just want to let you know, if you're listening to this and you told me that, whatever your fucking name is, do not ever, and I mean never, say that shit again out your mouth. Don't disrespect me. You can do that shit to everybody else, but not me. Except for the ones I fucking know. If I ever heard you say that shit to any of my friends, yes, we would have beef. Okay? And it's not the fucking good kind. Don't play with me, bro. I don't know your name, but I do not tolerate that disrespect, son. See, I can't even be serious about it. Like, honestly, because it was a stupid situation. Um and the reason, like, I told people about it, and they obviously was like, "Oh, well, I don't think you should have did what you did. Like, it wasn't that serious. And, like, you gotta let things go in the situation. That's the main thing people say to me, is let things go. I do let them go. I let them go in the moment. But if things get too serious, then obviously I'm gonna say something. I'm gonna turn up on the situation. Like, I'm a nice person. I don't like confrontation at all. Literally all the bullying stories that I have are, bullying situations that I've been in unintentionally, where they would mess with me and I was just in the situation. I would just finish the situation off. Pause. But I don't know what else to say. I just It's kind of hard to, like, make friends where, when, like, a lot of people already don't like you for no reason. They I don't even know where the fuck I'm going with this, bro. Just don't mess with people. Don't bully people, bro. Stop it. Anyways, am I being too loud? I don't know. Let me know. Actually, don't, because that'll hurt my feelings. I'm playing. I'm playing. Um, what other story? Oh, the next story that I have. Uh, this took place in eighth grade, when I knew. Actually, I think it was the seventh grade. Yeah, it was the seventh grade. Um. So yeah, me and this kid, I'm saying kid when he was like older than me. Me and this, one of my friends, we were, like, I think we were friends in, like, math class, and no, it's not the same math class that I was already talking about. It was like another one. I'm pretty sure. Or was it math class? No, it was history. We were in history class. I guess he got skipped up a grade, so he was in the eighth grade. And, like, I barely saw him again. So, like, whatever. It's cool. I don't care. Then I started to notice. When I did see him in the halls, I noticed a lot changed. So, like, obviously he's not hanging around with nerdy Jay Sean anymore, or his nerdy friend group talking about Naruto and Beyblade and the haunted Hathaway, like, weird shit. Basically, he's not hanging around us or me anymore. So, I started to notice attitude changes, like, and, physical changes. Like, he would get his hair cut. I'm like, okay, looking sharp with the box. Okay, whatever. And then he would, let's just say, one time after school, like, literally as we're leaving out, 12:45, End of the day, um, I'm walking out and then I see him. And I'll admit I was in the wrong here. I was completely, because I can tell, like, anyways, I see him and then I ran towards him. I didn't really run, but like I ran, if that makes sense. I'm like, yo, because I wanted to get to him, before he walked away or somebody stood in my way to, like meet him. So I'm like, yo, I'm about to like, dap him up. And then he pushes me. So I'm like, what the fuck? What happened to you? Like, what? He's like, don't run up on me like that. I'm like, oh, I ran up on him. Oh, my bad. Sorry. I literally ran up on him. I did, like I said, I didn't run, but like I ran. I could have, but like at the same time, I waved before I did so. So he should have known it was like a friendly approach instead of I'm gonna kick your ass approach out of nowhere. Mm, you know, I don't know. He was changing up anyways, and like I said, I waved before I walked, ran towards him. So he should have known it was a friendly approach, and I was about to dap him up. So like I was not about to fade you as soon as I stood 2 steps in front of you. No, I wasn't gonna do any of that. So that was purely his fault as well. I don't know what the fuck happened to him, but hey, I mean, I don't care. That wasn't really a bullying story. It was just like a betrayal. But I don't care. Care. I was about to say kale. I don't know. But here's where we get into the nitty gritty of bullying. Like in my middle school, well, part of my middle school bullying experiences. Um, so I used to get bullied by two or more females. And I don't discriminate or whatever, but like bullying in general is just bad, okay? It doesn't matter if it's by a guy or a girl. So, me being me, I'm like, I'm not gonna hit them. I'm not gonna hurt any female. Like, obviously, I'm gonna talk my shit. I'm gonna do what I have to do, but, I'm not gonna put my hands on nobody. And they're not gonna put their hands on me. But these two in particular would just do the absolute most. One, I'm gonna call her thing one, even though that's a recurring thing on my in my story times. Thing one is the tallest. Thing two is like the shortest. Both of them are just equally stupid, but hey, we're equally stupid. I think, but so they would currently like we would talk from now and then because we had like a choppy friendship. We had like a weird friendship where like it would just be jokes all the time. Jokes all the time. Like bad jokes sometimes too. Like they would make those types of, jokes. I don't mind. I don't care. Currently, I don't care. But like it would get to the point where it's just annoying at like times where like I get that's how you joke, but it gets annoying when you're just going in like you're ODing. Stop. Relax, chill out. Thing two, the short is she would just literally get pissed at me when I'm joking her back, and she would react to every little thing that I said. Like I mean every little thing that I said. If I said, "Oh, hey," like, or I messed up on a single sentence. Like I said, like crayons instead of crayons. She would just fucking bully me for it. She would be like, why did you, like, just physical reactions to every little thing I say. And that shit pisses me off. Currently, it still does. Like, please stop. Come on now. Chill out. But she went from that to she went from, being like that to just, purely joking me all the time, being loud, everything, anything you could think of that's just harassment, that's what she'll be on all the time, her and her friend. What the fuck was that? Yo, something just moved like right in front of me. Hold on. I don't know. I think that's just my imagination. Yo, something like literally just moved like 10 feet in front of me. I'm scared. I'm the only one here. But who cares? They can run up on me if they want to. I have bathroom grime fighter scrubbing bubbles to protect me. And that like spraying solution. I'm kidding. Anyways, back to the story. Um where was I? Before I was rudely interrupted. Um I don't even know what but anyways, I think I was at the part where thing 2 would, just harass me in any way possible. Like she would wait till the class is like quiet just to say something out of pocket or just be loud for reactions in general. Like how those, type of people are. So that's how her and her friend would be on the whole time. Embarrass me saying I'm musty and like, oh, you don't take showers, your mom drives a minivan, like stupid shit like that. I'm like, and then I'll clap back from like, sometimes I'll be like, at least my mom has a car. What's your mom have? Like, does she even have a license? I would go in as much as I can. And sometimes it would be like out of pocket jokes, not on my part, but on her part, where she would just unnecessarily say shitty things. And that goes for thing 2. Also thing 1 at times. I remember when thing 1 would literally, are these names confusing, like thing 1 and thing 2? I hope not. If you answered yes, shut up. I'm kidding. I'm playing. But thing 1 would literally do thing like she would argue with you on purpose if she had to. But at the time I didn't know this. I did not know this. I just thought that she was a fucking brat, which she was. She was definitely. But there would be times where me and her would be arguing and it'll just be like unnecessary completely. She had her whole friend group, I had my whole friend group. And the times where I would get bullied and stuff is when she's like around her friend group so they can add on to it. I remember one specific time where we were in lunch and like her friend was taking pictures of the back of my shoes for some reason. I had on Vans. It's not like I had some like like busted up shoes on. My Vans was just brand new, normal, whatever. And she was like, I guess taking pictures of my ankle, which was in my sock. Like, well, I don't get her form of comedy. Like, what was she trying to say about my foot? I don't know. But hey, I mean, the only reason why I know this is because my one of my friends in my friend group told me at the time, because I'm facing, they sat like a table away from us, but my friend was sitting in front of me, so she saw what was happening behind me, and I didn't know at the time. So I'm just sitting there enjoying company, because I didn't eat lunch. So I'm just talking with him. And one specific time, actually another time where this is all coming back to me. That's why I'm taking a while to think about it. But one specific time in lunch, I remember, that obviously this is a running joke that I'm musty, I guess, which I wasn't. And I put on deodorant every day, every chance I got, even if I wasn't musty, like you can't risk it. So I would overuse deodorant if not, like what? You would not catch me being musty on any occasion. I'm not one of those types of people that use Axe as a replacement for deodorant or taking a shower in general. Like what? Anyways, one time she gave me she gave me like some deodorant. Like it was like one of those little secret deodorants, like for women. So I'm sitting there and she did this right in front of my friend group, like as I'm talking to them. So they look at me. And then I looked down at the deodorant, and then I tossed it across the lunchroom. Like I threw it, and it smacked the wall and broke. And then one of my friends, asked me, "Are you good?" And I'm like, "Yeah, I'm cool." I was not cool. It didn't even sound convincing that I was, because like the disrespect that I would get on a day-to-day basis, on a daily basis, is crazy. I remember arguing with Thing One's boyfriend at one point. Why am I doing that? Why am I doing that, bro? I think she was like, I'm gonna get my boyfriend on you, blah blah blah. And I'm like, I don't care. I really don't care. What the fuck is he gonna do? What the freak is he gonna do? Like what? So so she did, but it was through text. I would have been fine either way, but like it was through text, and I think I still have the texts. But it was so funny. I don't know exactly what was said, but you know I'm like, you get your girlfriend, bro, get her, bro, because she doing way too much. And he's pressing me, talking about, oh, she wouldn't be doing this if you weren't doing that. He's acting like that. Of course he's gonna take her side. He's not gonna place her in the wrong because that's his girlfriend, even though she's very much in the wrong. I'm the victim, but hey, I guess she's the victim to him. So as we're going back and forth, he threatens to fight me, and I'm like, of course you threaten to fight. What the fuck would you not do? Like, of course you're gonna threaten to fight me. So whatever, whatever. At this point, I'm not gonna back down from a. Bro, I keep hearing things. I'm not gonna back down from a fight, even though I know it wasn't gonna happen. I'm not gonna back down from it. Whatever. Who cares? Try to swing at me. If you even know where I live at, because they'll be like, oh, drop your ID, blah, blah, blah. No, you drop yours. You're not showing up at my house, or something is going to happen to you. And it won't be done by me. I was in a pretty sketchy neighborhood at the time. At the time. But, yeah, so like, I don't know why I was arguing with her boyfriend, but that situation resolved quickly. But one last out of pocket story time about thing one. We're arguing at this point, obviously, as we always do. We're arguing, and it takes over to social media. Like, we're talking, we're arguing on Instagram, back and forth, back and forth, back and forth. I'm pressing her, she pressing me about about the same stupid shit we argue about every day. And, she's saying some really weird things. And then she gets her friend on me at one point. She gets one of her female friends on me that I also knew who were a part of her group that was, you know, getting shits and giggles from laughing or for bullying me and stuff like that, harassing and shit. Um, so I'm like, then I'm like, get your friend, bro, because she's doing too much. I'm at this point, I've said get your friend to a lot of people. Um, quick side rant, and this also involves the story. She, thing one, told me something crazy because I guess she's like that. She told me something weird, and I'm sitting there listening, but not listening. Like I'm zoning out, like I usually do. And she's telling me the story of how she lost her V. What am I saying V for? She lost her virginity, and she's telling me this, and she's telling me in grave detail about this, and I'm sitting there, and thing one and two were sitting there. Thing two is listening. I'm not, because like I said, sometimes she like to be toxic and just act like we're friends the next day. Like, no, we're not. Why am I even sitting right here? Move, get out of my. They were literally blocking me. Like their desks were in front of mine. Like move. Anyways, so when I exposed, like during one of our arguments, I brought that up. Like I didn't mean to bring that up and like have everyone listen to what I just said. It was only meant for her to hear it. But like she likes to do that thing where she argues and yells so the whole class can hear, like it's an audience. So I mean, I did the same thing. It just so happened, like when the class are all talkative one minute and then they're quiet the next as soon as something crazy is said. So when I said that, I'm like, oh, at least I didn't, blah, blah, blah. Oh, you lost your V card, blah, blah, blah. And the whole class is quiet. Everybody's like, ooh, all of a sudden. And, that was the talk of the day for that day in particular. And her friends are walking up to me and they're like, why would you say that? Like, she lies sometimes. Like, why would you say that? And I'm like, well, I'm telling you what she told me. She told me that. She told thing two that too. So like, ask her what she said. Like, and that's how the drama, beef, whatever started. And yeah, that's how it started. So as we're arguing and arguing and arguing and stuff like that, she gets mad. She threatens to get her boyfriend on me again. And then she made a post about me, like a story. I read it, I saw it, and like I still have the screenshot. I might put it here if I can find it. Let me see. Yeah, I might put it here if I can find it. Pause and read. So yeah, she's being disrespectful, and then I, clap back with my insults and stuff like that. It's basically what we usually do, just online, and like our story views were just, or mine. I don't know about hers, but mine was just getting like 300 views, like each post. And I'm not doing this for any type of gain. I'm just, talking my shit just because you're not gonna bring me down. So yeah, back to me talking to her friend, the friend that she tried to get on me. I'm gonna call her thing three. So she tries to get thing three on me. And, me and thing three are like, yo, get your friend. Like, you should know how to act. And she should know how to act. So, like, y'all, I mean, y'all are in the eighth grade. Like, come on now, stop it. We were all in the same grade. I think it was the eighth. I don't know, but it's not important. But literally, like we're just going back and forth. Me and Thing Three, and like she's like, all right, Swain, I'm gonna see you tomorrow. You know, I'm like, okay, whatever. And so fast forward the next day, I'm sitting at lunch and I'm chilling, you know, like, cause I don't know how to explain this. I can't speak. So I'm sitting there. Everyone else gets up because they're obviously going in line. I don't eat lunch, so I sit there. I'm the only one at my table. And Thing Three walks up and she's yelling at me. She's like, "All right, Swain, I'm right here, Swain," you know, like saying my last name and stuff like that. Since I was popular, I guess. So yeah, she's just like yelling at me, full like I don't know how to explain it, but she's just full on just screaming, and me, I couldn't keep my composure until she walked away. Like I no, I kept my composure until she walked away because she didn't do anything. Because I didn't do anything. Like I said, I'm not gonna hit a female. I'm not gonna do any of that. So when she did walk away, one of my good friends, Anthony, walked up, and he's being friendly like he usually is. And then he's like, "Oh, what's wrong?" And I'm like, "Her, bro. She, her Thing Three. I'm talking about Thing Three and Thing One and Thing. I'm talking about all three of them. And you know how they press, like try my patience on a day-to-day basis. So then I start tapping my leg, and then I'm counting backwards from 10 to 1, like multiple times. I put my head down. Everyone goes back to the table. All my friends, we're chilling. They ask me what's wrong. I tell them. And then, like the situation just keeps building up. Because I was really about to break my promise that I would not hit a female. Like, I was really I was really thinking about doing it and hitting first. Like, I don't hit first and I don't hit girls. Those are my biggest rules for me. So yeah, as I'm counting backwards, my friends comfort me, and then I'm just, like I'm cool and I'm happy. Well, I really wasn't happy, but I was okay. That was all that mattered. Fast forward, we got to, like we had to sit down in the dean's office, talk about it. It didn't help, but they eventually died all down. Oh my gosh, that almost sounded evil if I just left it there. They eventually died. They died the beef down, like we stopped beefing or whatever. Yeah, that's the story of me getting bullied by a group of girls. Yeah. I mean, the bullying didn't stop from in middle school with the girls it did, but like in general it didn't stop. That was not my last bullying situation at all. Of course. Because not only was I bullied by the students, I was bullied by staff or harassed, whatever the fuck word is the most appropriate. I was harassed by the staff and the security guards in particular, like more specifically them. I don't want to use my thing one, thing two naming system. I'm just gonna actually name them. So I'm gonna name one of them Cabron, and I'm gonna name the other one Pera. If you know what those mean, you know what they mean. And I have a reason why I named them Cabron and Pera, because I can't explain it. Well, I can, which I will. If you hear something in the back right now, that's my fan because it's fucking 80 degrees in here, bro. So I'm cooling, bro. Anyways, um So first story is gonna start off with Cabron because he's a fucking idiot. I think I just told you what that word meant, but so this is kind of quick. So Cabron is he takes his job way too serious, and he is he just does things that are out of his reach as a security guard for his job. Like he'll do completely unnecessary things like um I don't know. I can't even think of anything that he would. I don't know, but on this particular day, for example, he was messing with a lot of students, just being annoying. So, me being me, I would avoid that because I'm not trying to have anything to do with that. So yeah, that's what he's known for. He's known for a bunch but he's lazy at the same time. How are you lazy but you do the most at your job? So sometimes I would catch him sleeping, but when he's awake and doing things, he's visibly chewing on a fucking. Actually, no, that's predator. Never mind. Never mind. Never mind. Um, the Cabron sleeps a lot. Like he would sleep, but when he's awake, he does the absolute most. Um, so on this particular day, I went to the bathroom. I'm in science class. I went to the bathroom, which is right across the hall. Like literally, open the door, boom, it's right there. And sitting down, like a few feet, a few hundred feet away from me, at the end of the hall, there's Cabron sitting on the chair in the hallway. He's sitting there just chilling, and he sees me, and he's like, "Hey, hey," and I'm like, I look over because I don't think he's talking to me. But then I continue. No, I went in the bathroom anyways. So I used the bathroom. I finished up. It took me about 5 minutes, and then I walk out. But before I went in the bathroom, mind you, before I went in the bathroom, I look over, like I said, and I see him getting up to walk over. The hallway is only a few hundred feet. It's literally only a few hundred feet. And he's walking at a slowly fast pace. So when I get out the bathroom, he is slightly closer. So I'm like, how the fuck? I would have been down the hallway right now in 5 minutes. 5 minutes. I can literally run to the hallway, run to the end of the hallway in literally 15 seconds. So the fact that it took him a full 5 minutes to get slightly closer to me is crazy. But anyways, I look over again, he's still walking, then I go back in class. And a few minutes later, as my teacher's teaching, he knocks on the door, he walks in, and he points at me, and he's like, you. And then I'm like, me? He's like, yeah, you. Come here. And so I'm like, all right, whatever. I get up, go to him. It's like, hey, your jacket. Because I have my jacket on the whole time. It's cold. I'm going to wear my jacket. I bought it. So I'm going to wear my jacket. So yeah, he's like, take your jacket off. Take your jacket off. And no, I'm not going to simply take my jacket off, Cabron, because it's not your job to tell me to take my jacket off. It's your job to protect the fucking students, not to enforce some dumbass rule at a fucking academy, at a freaking academy. It's not an academy, bro. Stop preaching that. Just because the school says academy doesn't mean it is. Anyways, did I give out too much information? I hope not. So yeah, oh my gosh. He like he's obviously like, oh, take off your jacket, interrupting the class and stuff like that. And I'm like, nah, bro, I'm good. Can I go sit back down now, Cabron? And then this guy walks up. That's in my class. He walks up and takes the jacket. Like, I mean, already had it halfway off because I was contemplating on just taking it off because he got on my nerves. But then he just took the jacket off of me and then handed it to the security guard. And I'm like, she's gonna let him touch me? You just gonna allow that shit to happen just to get my fucking jacket, freaking jacket, bro? Like what? I didn't understand it. I did not understand it. So yeah, the reason I had multiple reasons why I didn't take off my jacket. One being I was cold. Two, literally being I bought the fucking jacket, so I gotta stop cussing, bro. I bought the jacket, so I'm gonna wear it. I'm gonna wear it. It matched with my fit, so it was not coming off. Three, if I gave my jacket up, I would not see it again, ever again. So yeah, I had three solid reasons why I would not give up my jacket, and four, because you're not asking me in a correct manner to give my jacket up. You're just gonna bang on the door and demand me to take off my jacket, like my life depended on it. No, 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 no. It's my shit. No, you're not telling me to. It's not like I'm telling you to take off your bald cap. Actually, no, it wasn't a bald cap. It was real. Because the shine that it emitted from his head was blinding. Anyways, um, so yeah, I walked out the classroom with him with my jacket, and I'm just saying, "Give my jacket back. Give my jacket back. Give me my jacket back." The whole time, he's walking downstairs. No, no, no. I'm like, "Give me my jacket back, Cabron. Give my jacket back, please." And yeah, I'm starting to get pissed. And I can tell he was already annoyed as well, but I don't care. My job is to annoy the fuck out of him and demand I should have snatched it. I had a couple of opportunities to snatch it because what was he going to do? He was not going to chase me. As slow as he walks, he was not going to chase me at all. And plus, he wouldn't have had success regardless. So, I get pissed to the point where he didn't call for anybody to help him, but the assistant principal caught note of what I was doing, and then like she was extremely like chill about it because I wasn't really causing that much problems. Like I wasn't doing anything bad. I just wanted my jacket back because I knew I was never gonna see that shit again. But yeah, she was like, yeah, "Come on, Jason, go back to class, bro. We got this covered." Blah blah blah. Trying to get me to calm down about it. And eventually I listened because I had faith that I was gonna see my jacket again, which I did not. I really didn't. Like they owe me $100 to this day. But hey, I mean, that's what I get for letting him take my jacket. F you, Cabron, if you're listening to this. I'm kidding. Or am I? And the next and last story that I have deals with a person by the name of Perra. And if you know what that means, you know what it means, okay? And that's what he is. I don't want to say it, but that's what he. Anyways, um, this story is kind of similar to Cabron, and like how he takes his job way too serious. Pera also does the same thing. It's just that he takes a little, a little step forward in his, efforts to taking his job a little too unnecessarily serious. So one day, and he could have got fired for this. It's a little quick story about how he let me just get to it. Anyways, I'm setting the scene. He was I'm sitting there in math class, my favorite class. Not really. It's just the fact that my teacher, the math teacher was my favorite teacher, and I had, a majority of my friends in that class. If you're listening to this, hi, how are you doing? Even though I probably already talked to you today. Most likely, hey, what's up? Anyways, like I'm sitting there, chilling, minding my own business, and the dean walks in with security guards. Just I don't know why they do this, but they usually did this like checking up thing where they would check on students to see if they're doing the right thing. Unnecessary, but hey, kind of necessary. I would be one of the ones. Little did I know, I would be one of the ones that they checked that day. Like, I don't know. I had my jacket on because I'm cold. Yes. Every classroom that I had was cold. Even if it's freezing outside, they do not care if it's freezing outside. They would have the temperature on 65. For sure, they would. If it's 13 degrees outside, they would have the temperature on 65. For sure. They don't care. But did I drink water today? That's also your cue to pick up your water bottle if you didn't listen to me earlier. Oh shit, I don't have any water. Anyways, so I'm sitting there with my jacket on. Uh and like I'm just listening to the thing. I'm listening to the instruction for the first time. And like, talking with my friends. So he walks in, Pedron walks in, and like another security guard. It wasn't Cabron. It was somebody else. So it's the dean, Perron, and this other person. So they're walking in, see me with the jacket on. He says, "Take it off." Not Perron. He didn't say take it off, but the dean did, and he says it with like a weird ass smile. And I'm like, nah, thanks. It's fine on my body right now. Yeah, it's cool. And like after a little debacle, like a little take it off. No, no, I'm good. No, thanks. Perron walks over to me. Listen, he walks over to me and he whispers in my ear, "Take it off, or I'm gonna make you." Or he didn't say, "Or I'm gonna make you." Actually, no, 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 no. He walks over to me and he whispers in my ear. You know how like they lean down and try to tell you something without the like everybody else listening. He did that, and it was like take at this they're not telling me to take it off. They're saying get up and get out. Like at this point they're telling me to get up and get out, and so I'm like, I don't know. He just disrespected the fuck out the freak out of me talking about. And he said, "Get up, or I'm gonna make you." And I'm like, who the I have a big, big pet peeve of people talking to me like they're crazy. So, he most especially those who I don't like, don't ever speak to me like that again. You don't ever like, he violate like this is probably one of the first times I really like, really got pissed at something somebody said like that. Because first of all, you're not gonna do anything, Pedron. You're not gonna do any fucking thing. So you might as well just get your bald headed ass out. You, the dean, and that other fucking newbie, get out. And like, but like, I didn't say any of that. I just really sat there and just started tapping my leg because I started to get increasingly pissed at the fact that they were staring at me and like the class is also staring at me. So I'm sitting there mad, mad, and like that's all that's going through my mind is just anger, right? So I get to the point where I got up, like I got up, my seat flew back, and then I pushed the desk. So the desk like really almost just like flew out of my way when I pushed it. And then I pushed past all like the dean, Perron, and that other person. I pushed past all of them, and then I just escorted myself out because I know, you know how, I just knew that it was not gonna end well if I was still in there. Not like they were gonna do anything, but on my part, like I would have probably, did something. Cause hey, I just had to let off some steam. So like when I escorted myself out the hall, they tried to walk behind me, and he's like, "Oh, come back," blah blah blah, and I'm like, "Nah, bro." And then like, I don't know. I like released anger by punching the lockers. This is probably the only like one of the first times I punched the lockers. I punched it about like 8 times, extremely hard, like as hard as I can. Someone was putting up their food and like I think they were putting up their food. I don't know. They had a lunchbox and like a book bag. They were putting up their stuff. And then I punched the locker like 4 lockers down from theirs, and it scared the fuck out of them. And I felt so bad after. Like in the moment, no. Did I feel my wrists or my fists? No. I didn't feel any of that because I was so angry. And like one of these like random teachers tried to follow me. I was like, "Yo, calm down." And I'm like, I didn't say anything. I'm just punching lockers, and then I'm like walking at a fast pace, while like 4 people try to follow me. And then once I hit the stairs, like once I was like going downstairs, they stopped. They like cut their trail, and then I sat in like the main lobby area type. I sat there for about 2 minutes, and then I walked into guidance to talk to my counselor, because my counselor was like my therapist because I told her everything, down to the situations with the girls that were bullying me, everybody else that was bullying me, how everybody feels about me, blah blah blah, stuff like that. And like I said, I'm usually a nice guy. Like I don't do anything. If you met me in person, you know how I am. I don't do any of that. I don't know. So I'm just sitting in her office, mad. She calmed me down, which was good, because I needed it. But in the moment, I felt extremely disrespected. Like, don't ever do that or say that out your mouth ever again. But yeah, so Perron was definitely the one that pissed me off the most out of both of them. I don't know. I don't know. I told my mom about it, and she was pissed as well. She was like, I can find his address, his mom's house, his blah 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 blah. It was a lot. Okay, it was a lot, but the situation died down, and like it never happened again. I never saw this person again. So yeah, that's my bullying and harassment stories. I hope you liked them. Hold on. I have to change the speed. Wait. I have to change the speed on my fan. So yeah, that's my bullying and harassment stories. I hope you like them. My mouth is so dry. Let me know if you want any more story times. I think I might actually. I'm gonna do them anyways because they're fun. It's fun to get things off your chest, stuff like that, whatever. But yeah, I hope you were drinking water also throughout the podcast. Please tell me you were. Please don't lie. Um. So yeah, I hope you enjoyed. I will be posting again soon. Maybe on Monday because why not? I missed 2 weeks, so gotta make up for it. But anyways, uh, stay healthy, stay safe. I love you, listening. You, I'm talking to you, whoever you are. Um, drink more water, please. Like I said, I cannot stress this enough. If you don't drink water, what are you doing? Nothing else. Anyways, bye.